then. What was I do? Hey, this guy was asking NASA stuff. Okay,
Sir, I really think that you should wait a while. You were in cryostasis for quite a long time.
GLaDOS, please. Just go handle experiments or whatever you do.
Fine.
Alright then. Back to business.
And I'm starting to notice that a couple of these they go up and the astronauts come back in the capsule, and it's just this incredible heat, like the surface of the sun burning, and they come down, and there's no heat scars on the capsule. I get a kick out of that one. But NASA will pull a rabbit out of that for all the little kiddies that can't think.
Oh, that makes sense. I believe in fairies. They come down, they take care of everything.
NASA fairies. Yeah, that's what it is. NASA fairies. That's all you get.
Well, capsules are designed specifically so that only one side is exposed to the heat, and that side is covered in a heat shield.
So, the micrometeors, come on. They're like this, going over 22,000 feet per second. Or is it mile? Make a fool of yourself, boy. Anyways, it's in the art. Just look it up. I was looking at Wikipedia. It's extremely high velocity. Far more high velocity than a sniper bullet. And yet, bing, bing. And these suits, they can protect them from 250 below zero weather or temperature to 250 above. So why aren't they using these suits? Why aren't the police equipped with these suits? And why isn't the military equipped with these suits? Because they can resist micrometeors, solid iron. No problem. Okay, we need backup. We're being shot at. We're trapped. We can't get out. There's no way in. Yeah, send the Astro Man. I'm the Astro Man. Look at me. Bing, bing, bing. Just like Superman, eh? Bing, 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 bing. You know, it could protect them. And these micrometeors, what about the helmets? I don't know a helmet that strong that could withstand a iron particle going at that incredible speed. 1,000, here we go again. Is it, I don't know, is it? I gotta read again. Okay, 10 kilometers per second. Brackets, 22,500 feet. Or miles, sorry, miles per second. That's really, really, really fast. But why don't cops use it? And why do all these Arctic explorers, why don't they put on these little moon suits and go up there? You know, oh, I see Yeti. Why don't they go up there? No, it's not. It's the thing. They don't do that, do they? Because it's all fake. It's all fakery. So,
For one thing, spacesuits are very expensive. And for another, there is a difference between micrometeors the size of sand grains, moving at that ridiculous speed, and bullets which are bigger, heavier, and slower.
Going back, yes. Now, rockets, okay. Rockets have to have fuel. You have to have fuel injectors that are mixed with oxygen. I think that's how it works. Mixed with oxygen. And anyways, a little thing opens up and out comes the fluid, it ignites, and you get the big flame, and hallelujah, we're going to Mars. Yeah, they are going to Mars. This is a fact. They are going to go to Mars in a TV studio. It's coming to a theater near you. And Sandra Bullock, we got to give her an award. NASA needs to give her an award and honor her because she survived outer space. I saw the film. It was on film. And that's absolute proof right there. That's it. End of it. I'm not talking anymore. I'm not talking. You're a troll. You know, this is how the stupidity goes on and on and on. Like a Ferris wheel at the carnival, you know.
Well, obviously having something on film is not a reason to believe it all on its own. When the film is obviously a movie, it's probably fake. On the other hand, there are reasons to believe that we actually did go to space and we have landed on the moon. One example is the retroreflectors left on the moon, though I can see how that could be untrusted, since you need a 1 gigawatt laser to do the experiment, and those aren't in great supply to the average person.
And so now you have the rockets, and I don't care whatever happens, that flap has to open to release, or the spray nozzle. There has to be an opening to let the rocket fuel out, so it can burn, and we can go to outer space. But the trouble is, the infinite vacuum of space is there waiting for it. Open the latch. Open the latch. And so the latch opens and all the fluid gets sucked out. It's expelled out. You ever open up a can of coffee? Same concept. So, and all the oxygen tanks would be, unless it's mixed with the fuel. I don't know how it works. I know as much about that as the speed of a bullet.
Well, I'm glad you're admitting up front that you don't know how it works. Rocket engines are obscenely complicated, and I can't begin to explain how they work, and I'm pretty sure it would take multiple college degrees to do so. But I would guess there's probably a hatch that closes whenever the engine is idle, and it opens whenever the engine is active. It probably doesn't open all the way, just enough to let just the right amount of fuel out. Maybe they have multiple chambers where the fuel is mixed with the oxidizer and then they're open and shut in sequence, similar to how a car has multiple pistons so that one or more of them is always active.
So it's all going to be pulled out. It's all going to be... But no, we have little latches there. We have little flaps that are computer controlled. They go boop, boop, like that. Yeah, I wonder if they're going to say computer controlled. I haven't really looked it up, but that would be cute. Computer control rabbit. So even if it's a half a second, that's fuel being pulled out. And I think the fuel would douse or ignite with the flame. I don't know. Maybe you could have a huge explosion. But in other words, to get the fuel out, it has to be open. There has to be an open valve for the fuel to get out. And once that valve is open, like a dam, poof, it's gone. That fuel's emptied out within a half a second or something like that. So how can rockets fly in space? I don't get it. I'm just a simple man. I don't get it. I don't get how rockets work. And another thing is the stars.
Hold on. Once again, rocket engines are incredibly complex, as are the tanks. And while I don't know exactly how they work, there are people who do. If you're interested in the answer to this sort of question, you should probably email someone who works with rocket engines.
The stars, okay? So you're going down the highway, ripping down the highway, looking for adventure, and you see all the trees, all the trees going by. Now you see the grass, okay? The grass is going by, but it's going by slower. Now you see the mountains. They're moving like elephants. They're so slow. It's so slow because of distance. And then NASA, God bless NASA. I do believe in NASA. I do believe. They'll tell you that there's suns that are trillions and trillions of miles separated from each other. Separated from each other. And so we have little suns and we have big suns. But the thing is, they're all moving at the same speed, which is impossible. But they got magic. They got magic physics. Come on, boys and girls, watch the magic physics. I will pull out a rabbit. I haven't heard them explain that. But they go across the sky and they move across the sky at the same speed. At the same speed. And they're different. You got little small stars and you got little tiny stars. And then you got the big stars. But they're all moving at the same speed. Exactly the same speed. Same direction. Everything. Does that make sense to you, NASA people? Because it doesn't make sense to me. How is that possible? I don't get it.
The reason for that is that once you get really big distances, adding more to the distance doesn't make a lot of difference. 1,000 light years away is not that much different in the grand scheme of things than 2,000 light years. Sure, one is double the other, but there's one term for both of them. It's a long-ass ways away. The movement of stars is caused by the Earth rotating, not by the stars moving themselves. So if you have two stars, even if they're very far apart from each other, they're so far away from the Earth, it doesn't make a difference.
So that's why the ancients felt that there was a dome above us, because they felt that the stars were embedded in the dome. And this is why they moved very slow. So the dome was moving, according to them, was moving. That's not rocket science. That's common sense. Because farther back you go, the slower it's going to go. The front ones will go really, really fast, and the other ones will go much, much slower. You know? And it's the same star pattern after millions and millions of years of evolution. The star pattern's exactly the same.
How do you know that the stars are in the same position as millions of years ago? Humans have only been doing human things, like looking at stars, for around 12,000 years. Also, to elaborate on the previous point, the lines painted on the road move a lot faster than the trees next to the road, but the further you get, the less it slows down. A mountain 6,000 feet away and a mountain 6,500 feet away will be much closer to the same speed than the painted lines on the road 0 feet away and the distant trees 500 feet away.
So, I don't know. I know I'm just a stupid, silly man. I just don't understand. I don't understand. Oh, that's why we must rely on NASA, the holy men of space. They are blessed by God. Let us pray, dear NASA. Talk to us. We believe in you, NASA. I mean, it's a power structure, and you're the slave, and you're to kiss the ring finger, and we keep you alive to serve the ship. That's how it works. So, you know, the stars, they're all, you know, and it's a two-dimensional. If they're all pasted onto a dome, then they're two-dimensional. So I can get a piece of paper and paint it black and put little dots of white for stars. Some of these dots are going to be really, really big. Some of them are going to be small, right? But guess what? They're all the same size, which is micrometers thick of paint. They're all the same size. They're all at the same distance because they're on a flat plane, or dome, I should say.
Correct. You should say dome, because a flat sheet of paper cannot be mapped perfectly to a dome, in the same way that the Earth cannot be mapped perfectly to a flat sheet of paper. Geometry and topology are fun.
Yeah, so they're all moving at the same time, and it's two-dimensional, but guess what? NASA turned it into 3 dimensions. So the little stars were a lot closer, and the bigger stars... No, what am I doing? So the big stars are closer, and the little stars are farther away. They made it, that's all they did. So they took a planetarium, you know, you go to a planetarium with the big dome, they shut the lights and you see the stars. They took that and they said, no, that's 3 dimensions. That's 3-dimensional. Those stars are trillions of miles away, Billy.
Really, Paul?
That's right, Billy. Millions of miles away.
Wow, that's interesting, Paul.
You know, and it doesn't work like that because they're all at the same distance. They're lights, no doubt, but they're all the same distance. So the stars all move at the same time, like this, going in a circle. Depends where you are.
The apparent size of stars is really just their apparent brightness, which depends on the actual brightness along with a distance. A brighter star looks bigger, and a closer star looks bigger.
So, please, if you want to explain all this to me, to a kind of to good old dummy me, well then go ahead, because I don't get it. I don't understand. It doesn't make sense to me. It's not compatible to my sense of logic and observation. I don't get it. Well, because you're a troll, and I'm not a troll. I have questions, you know. Oh, maybe you can all call me NASA hater. Hater. Yeah, and block me, ban me, censor me now, because I'm a hater. I ask too many questions. Thou shalt not question. Okay. I mean, does that make sense at all?
Yeah, it really does. Anytime that you believe something, there is a tendency to feel like people who don't agree are stupid, and that can easily lead to mocking them. It's pretty clear that Star Gods is mocking people who don't agree with him, but that doesn't make him a troll, just human. I often find myself deciding whether to add a joke that would be entertaining to my audience, but would make people that believe what the source video says leave my channel without being educated. I'll admit, when discussing this video with my family, I 100% mock Star Gods, and I'm sure that he mocks globe earth, NASA-worshipping moon believers when he's with his family. When responding to him, I try to keep it professional, so that he and anyone else who believes what he does can consider the video instead of leaving immediately.
So there it is. Take it or leave it. That's my observations that I question. I dare to question. Hater, hater. I dare to question. I dare to observe. I dare to comment. Because I'm the king hater. Woohoo! Because I hate lies. I hate lies and I hate lies. So there you go. Figure it out. Thank you very much.
And now, for my next trick, a rabbit. But it's a hacking rabbit, and it's gonna hack into NASA. This sounded better in my head. Follow me on Minds, Twitter, and DeviantArt, though I don't know why I keep promoting that. Subscribe on YouTube because the discrepancy between my Minds followers and my YouTube subscribers is too large. I'll see you in the next video, hopefully not 3 weeks after this. Till then, I hope you enjoyed.